You're listening to DORiS Radio.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP.
You're listening to DORiS Radio on WHCP.
DORiS Radio.
WHCP 101.
What's up, guys? Welcome to DORiS Radio on WHCP 101.5. I'm your host, Marco Garcia, and I'm very excited today to be joined with the incredible Janelle Thomas.
Hey, guys. What's up?
How we doing, Janelle?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's always good to catch up with you.
Of course.
This is our redo of an episode. So we had an awesome conversation last week.
Yeah.
We'll touch on some of those same topics today, but we'll get a chance to to just have another conversation, another follow up, and get to better know Janelle Thomas.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You're going to be sharing some songs with us today from your new band.
Yes.
Tell us about Embered Soulz.
Embered Soulz, man. They are some great people. Shout out to Uncle Tone, Antone Ennels, man. Brandon, everybody. Keith, everybody. Rez, Aaron, just everybody. We are just people that love music. We love music. We love music. And a lot of them are from Cambridge. I'm from Queen Anne's County, of course, but I live in Salisbury. We got some, that lives in Chestertown. We got in Delaware. It's just people that love music, man. That's it, and that's all.
That's sweet.
That's all.
And you're going to be playing some of the songs from your guys' recordings today.
Yeah.
And some of your live performances.
Yes.
And but first, we're going to start by rewinding a bit. And go back to what you were listening to as a child and what type of music your parents were playing in the house when you were growing up. Tell us about that.
Oh, man. All right, well, let me start where I come from. A big family. Shout out to all my family. I love all y'all. My grandfather played guitar, and my grandmom played piano. My grandma played piano, and then, believe it or not, my mother used to play guitar. Believe it or not.
Your mom played guitar?
Yeah. Crazy, right? And we all sing. We all sing, but
very musically inclined.
Very musically inclined. But I guess I was the one that kind of just took it to the. So, listening to music in the house when I was a child. What did I listen to? Everything. Definitely have gospel roots. I have two cousins that are ministers. So we, my great grandmother was a preacher, a lay speaker. So we definitely come from God. We have gospel roots. Definitely. It was a whole bunch of oldie but goodies that was flowing all through my house. My grandmother loved Al Green. Loved him. And just everything, just even now, as being an adult, I rarely listen to today's R&B. I might,
still have your childhood music playing.
Yeah, Luther Vandross, Nita Baker, just everybody. I just can't. I would be here for hours if I tried to explain.
I know you were a director of the gospel choir at SU.
And, shout out to the
with that. Shout out SU alma mater. With that gospel background, what effects do you think that's had on your singing overall?
A lot. I studied. I still study a lot of gospel. A lot of gospel artists. And not even really gospel artists. I really I study people that actually sing like covers of gospel songs, because there's just so many unique voices and talents out here today. And I just study. I study.
And the stylings of gospel music
definitely
lends itself to those vocal acrobatics that you do so well. Like
definitely. So Yeah, definitely. But you always see me with my AirPods in. You always see me bouncing my head. Like, I'm always listening to something, you know. It's music from the time I wake up till the time I close my eyes. I fall asleep with my AirPods in. Every morning I'm trying to look for them to put them in the thing so they can charge. Yeah, it's like that.
Now, we got the AirPods down with the Gen Zers. They're living that life, growing up with it. Yeah. But we're millennials. Tell me about what was your music listening life like back then?
VHSs.
What was your go-to?
VHS. I remember not my grandmother, my aunt had this Luther Vandross live from New York City. I used to play that thing till the tape started coming out of. Used to play that thing. I used to play it, keep playing, and I used to study them. And that's why I think I sing the way I sing today.
Yeah, you can hear that. That's crazy, man.
The way I sing today, because I study all these people, and then I study.
Education was beginning.
Education, yeah, definitely. I just study. I study, and I just study till I cannot study anymore. And when I think I can't study anymore, I do it some more. You know, it never ends when it comes to music with me. Like, music is definitely my love. It really is.
What about school? What was school like for you? Did you take to the academic side, or was it more so?
Both, definitely. I was a geek. I'm
awesome, man.
Lie. I was.
We love it.
I was a geek. And then I turned into a music geek, you know, and
even better.
Yeah. But I had to keep my academics up because I knew that if I didn't, you know, I wouldn't, you know, like marching band, you know, I mean, not saying that it was strict, but I wanted to keep my grades up.
I see, yeah, I didn't even factor that in.
Yeah,
like, academics are a factor. Continuing to be able to do that.
Definitely. I wanted to keep my grades up because I knew when I first started playing, and the first instrument that I ever picked up, well, besides, you know, when you're in 4th grade and you do the recorder, you know, that little thing that got the little holes in it.
I remember doing hot cross buttons.
Besides that, the first real instrument that I picked up was a saxophone. That's what I started playing.
Yes, man.
5th grade, I played alto saxophone. Then 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, all through my middle school career, I guess you can say. Not really a career, but my middle school time, I played drums. I played percussion. Then from 9th to 12th grade, I picked up saxophone again.
What was it that drew you to the saxophone?
I just loved it. I just loved the sound. I love jazz, and when you hear saxophone, you know, everybody thinks of just a jazzy blues type, you know, and I just loved the sound. I love the sound. I remember my mom was like, "You sure you don't want to play the flute?" No, Mom, I don't. I want something right. I wanted something that I knew that I could, that would draw attention. You know, like and the saxophone was it. So I picked that, and then throughout that, the drums. I love playing drums. I still play drums to this day. I mean, I just love it. I love it. And then on top of that, I taught myself how to play the piano. That's one of my main instruments that I play today as well. Definitely. Yep. It's crazy. And then on top of that, you know, singing, and then majoring, you know, at SU, majoring in voice. My main instrument is voice. I just know how to play all these other instruments. You know. So yeah. So then when I got to SU, and they asked me after I auditioned, they asked me what did I want my main instrument to be. I said voice, of course, definitely. So on top of that, I know how to sing in all these different languages, you know. And then I love musicals. I love musicals. When I tell you I love musicals, I love musicals. I love them. I guess that's just the geeky part side of me.
You were in the production of Hairspray.
Yes, I was.
Tell me about that.
That was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Till this day, people are like, I know you. You know, if I'm in Salisbury, and I'm just like, you probably do. And then they're like, I've seen you somewhere. I'm like, you probably have. You know, I'm just waiting for them to realize it. I was
Calling you the character.
Marco, I kid you not. I was having surgery a couple years ago, and the nurse was prepping me and all that. You know, got my name. You know, I told her my name. She went out and then she came back, but she hadn't really looked at me yet. So she came back in, and she was like, "Oh my gosh." I was looking at this woman like she was half crazy, Marco, and I was just like, and my mom was looking at her like, I was just like, yeah, I don't know you, ma'am. And then
she recognized
she recognized me. She recognized me. Yes, she did. She recognized, and I was like, "Do you know me?" And she was like, "Yes, I know you. I know you. I know you."
That's awesome.
And I was like, "I don't think you do." And then I was like, "Well, who am I?" And she was like, "You're Janelle Thomas." I was like, "Okay. Yeah, I guess she does know." She was like, "You were Motor Mouth Maybelle." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "You were so phenomenal." I said, "Thank you." I said, I greatly do appreciate it. And she was, and I mean, she's not the first one. I've been in the grocery store, and people were like, I'm like, yes. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It felt good. I'm not gonna.
Like the production of being her, preparing for that role. Tell me about that time.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
What was that? What was
that? I only had 2 weeks to prepare. It was overwhelming, but it was like an exciting overwhelm. It wasn't like a pressure. Yeah, it wasn't like. The guy, the Matt, who is the theater production director at SU. First of all, I wasn't even going to answer the call. Okay, I was not going to answer the call at all. Saw this New York number. I'm like, yeah, that's a telemarketer. But I was like, nope, I'm going to answer. So I answered.
Thank God you did, man.
Yeah, thank God I did. I answered, and I said, yeah, definitely. I was like, when are we doing this? He said, well, the production opens in 2 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, okay. Now, mind you, I also had a boot on my foot.
Jesus.
I performed Motor Mouth Maybelle with a boot on my foot. Yes, I did. Dancing, choreography. I had to learn the choreography in 2 weeks. I had to learn all of the scenes, all of my script in 2 weeks. Yep. The songs, like, I already knew the songs, Yeah. It's a lot of work. Then on top of having a full-time job.
What is your process like going on? Like, tell me, opening night, an hour before show starts, what is Janelle doing?
First of all, I was probably praying. I'm pretty sure I was. Pretty sure I was praying because I was nervous as I don't know what, because each night was sold out. Now, you've been to Holloway Hall before. You know how big it is.
Enormous in there.
Sold out. Every night. Now, mind you, we had it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we had the next weekend, it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that was 6 days. They were all sold out to capacity. All sold out.
Jeez, man.
All sold out. And I remember singing, I Know Where I've Been. If anybody's seen Hairspray, Showstopper, definitely. And I remember that's the Saturday night of the next weekend of the second week, the second weekend. I sang that song, and my mom was there. My mom, my aunts, my cousins, my dad. And this was in April. Now, mind you, I had lost my grandmother that January. So that was really, really still. That was fresh, and because my grandmother was my heart, definitely, and she's really the one, the real person, and the one of why I do music.
Following in that path.
Yeah, And when she died, that really that tore me into pieces. But I always remember everything that she always told me. And every time I would sing, and after I sung, and we would go home, she would always say, "You sure did sing, girl." And I always have that in the back of my mind every time I sing. Every time I sing.
You sure did sing, girl. I love that.
You sure did sing, girl. And I just hear her voice all the time. And every time I'm about to sing, before I open my mouth, I always close my eyes and I vision her. And that Saturday when I sung that song, I'm telling you, I had a standing ovation. I mean, people just got it. I mean, it was just so, you know how you feel like you get the wind knocked out of you, like as soon as the last note that I did and the last chords and the last notes that the orchestra did, people just went crazy. I never experienced anything like that.
What was that like, man?
Never experienced anything like that. It was very, I started crying because it was crazy. Yeah, it was, yeah.
It shows how, powerful, your voice is. The way you emote and the emotion you make people feel when you're singing is just crazy.
Thank you.
I wonder, 2 weeks.
To
go into this show. What was
weeks.
that after you said yes? What was was there a panic moment in your head?
It was definitely a panic moment because I was like, I can't do this. 2 weeks, and this is a full production. Like everybody else had been practicing for months, and here I am coming in 2 weeks prior to the show. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna curse on your show, but I worked my butt off. Okay, I'm not even gonna say the other word, but I did. I worked my behind off.
Yeah,
I really did.
One of my favorite quotes by Oprah is, "Success is preparation meeting an opportunity."
Yes.
And I think we can see just from your story that you were preparing for that opportunity.
I was.
For your whole life.
I was, because I've always loved that music.
To meet that moment.
Yeah, I've always loved that musical. And when he told me that, I said, "You guys are doing what?" I said, "You want me to play who?" And I told him, I said, "This has always been a dream show that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do it." Now, mind you, I don't really act. I mean, I act, but I just had to do it.
Would you ever reprise that role again?
Oh, yes, in a minute. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Definitely. I had this big old wig. It was huge.